Blessings to you all. So I know it's been a while since I made a video, and it's because there's been so much going on. I just recently purchased a vehicle sometime in June, and unfortunately, an auto repair shop tried to steal the car from me. These guys are some Lebanese guys, young guys, but it's just part of the whole thing. I mean, when you come to serve the Lord, what does it say? My son, if thou comest to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, right? Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, right? Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 1, or Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. It says, my soul, if thou comest to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. That's just the way it works. I mean, when you're being attacked by the enemy, you know that you're doing something right, because otherwise you're no threat, so, but ultimately, it's the Lord that allows it to happen, because he wants you to come back and be closer to him. He wants you to recommit yourself and stick even harder, like Gorilla Glue, or just like a metal bonded to another piece of metal, But it's been difficult, man. It's been, I've been having sleepless nights, stress, just a lot of just anger and just rage at how people could, I mean, there's this thing going on right now. I mean, I'm sure it's been going on for a while, where an auto shop will obviously try to jack up prices on the repairs in hopes that you won't be able to pay for it, and try to put a lien on your car. But in this situation, I just would not allow them to do that. And so they ultimately damaged the car. They got frustrated that I kept paying the bills, and they just damaged the car. So now I'm having to take them to court, and Lord willing, I will prevail. I will be victorious over the matter. But it just goes to show that all nations, all nations are against the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the chosen house of Israel, the seed of Jacob. All nations have conspired against us, and all nations, don't like us. They just do not. I mean, we're always, talking about free this, free that, free Palestine, free this. We need to, I mean, given the opportunity, these very same people will oppress us. It doesn't matter, what is. That's just the reality of it. But Psalm chapter 83, verse 4 says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. This is referring to all the nations. Every single nation, has oppressed the seed of Jacob. This is 1 Maccabees chapter 2, verse 10. It says, what nation hath not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils? Every single nation had a part, in the enslavement and in the destruction of the nation of Israel, the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are God's chosen people. Every single nation has had a hand in that. But this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 12, verse 3 says, and in that day will I make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people. All that burden themselves with it shall be cut in pieces, though all the people of the earth be gathered together against it. Now, Jerusalem is interchangeable with the nation of Israel, or with with the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. So in this context, when it says Jerusalem, it's not necessarily referring to the land, it's referring to the blacks, the actual people, the blacks, Latinos, and the Native Americans, right? It says, and in that day will I make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people. All that burden themselves with it shall be cut in pieces. These people, Zechariah 12 and 3, these people are going to go down for the things that they've done. It says, it is a righteous thing to recompense those that trouble you, paraphrasing roughly. So the Most High is going to pay back every single person that troubles, the seed of Jacob, every single person that troubles the seed of David. They're going to be paid back for the things that they do to us, and it's because of the way that the Europeans have treated us, the house of Edom, or the house of Esau, that encourages all these other nations to do the things that they do to us, right? Because the nation of Edom, or Esau, the nation of the Edomites, those are our main enemies. Those are our number one enemies on this earth. and they encourage all the other nations to do the things that they do to us. They see us as slaves, and so all the other, that's what the other nations see us as because of the way that we've been treated and dehumanized. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8 says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour." These guys, what they were actually trying to do was to get me to react over several months, having my vehicle jacking up the prices and just looking me in my eyes, trying to make me, trying to provoke me to do something, I mean, you just can't, just such an immoral crime, and just so dehumanizing, but they can't escape the judgment. This is Mark chapter 4, verse 14 through 16. So verse 14, the sower soweth the word, right? Just like I was sowing the word before those demons tried to steal my vehicle and take me away from doing the Lord's work, right? Mark chapter 4, verse 14, the sower soweth the word. 15, it says, "And these are they by the wayside where the word is sown. But when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately and taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts." So anytime you're bringing out the word, and anytime you're doing the Most High's word, you can expect that the enemy is always going to try to take you out somehow. And that's why you have to put on the whole armor of God. You have to put on the whole armor. I mean, if you see anything that you're not supposed to be looking at that's going to cause you to lust after the flesh, you got to look away. You got to turn away. I mean, especially in this day and age, in these times when there's wars and there's rumors of wars, this is the time to stick wholeheartedly and abide in the word of God. And that is the only way that you can circumvent, these attacks. That's a learning experience for me and for all of us, because you learn more through experience. And that's just a fact. This, ultimately the Most High allowed this to happen because that's just the way it goes. I mean, He wants you to go through these things so that you can finally realize, even though you know these things, you know that the only way is to stick wholeheartedly to him. But he wants you to actually go through it and feel the pain so that you can fully, appreciate it, and you can fully understand the need to abide wholeheartedly and to put on that whole armor of God, right? So this is the book of Luke, chapter 8, verse 12. He says, "Those by the wayside are they that hear. Then cometh the devil and taketh away the word out of their hearts, lest they should believe and be saved." The enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. That's what the enemy comes to do. So, when the word is coming out, the enemy does not like that. And the enemy is going to do whatever it is. The enemy is going to use whoever possible, to try to destroy you. That's just, that's just the way the enemy works. But I'm making this video as a means to recommit myself, to the word of the Most High God, to the word of the Most High God, Yahweh. This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 10. It says, "Wherefore thee rather, brethren, give diligence to make thy calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fail." The devil is not going to take away this, right? Said, "Wherefore," this is the book of Philippians chapter 2, verse 12, right? The book of Philippians chapter 2, verse 12. It says, "Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling." Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So we got to work out our own salvation, through faith, which is a gift, through believing in the word of the Most High God wholeheartedly and abiding in the word, because we have to work out our own salvation. We cannot save anyone. We absolutely cannot save anyone. We can only share the word, put out that word, as the hopeful elect of the Lord. But ultimately, the recipient of the word has to work out their own salvation. you know? And so I just, I don't want to make this video too long. Essentially, I just wanted to come back and let you guys know that, you know, it's time to get back to work. I've been going through some things, and, you know, it's been difficult, but Lord willing, through the Spirit and power of the Most High God, I'm back, and I'm committed to, you know, to feeding the flock, and just, you know, staying on fire for the Lord. So with that, I'm going to say peace and blessings, and I'll talk to you all in the next video. God bless. Shalom.